I kept on feeling like I was getting over the hump, and then one little windstorm, small little windstorm, would come by and push me back to scratch. I'm learning how to read now. I was a junior in high school and couldn't read that well, a fourth grade reading level, because I would cheat on everything, and I learned how to read, I learned how to write, I taught myself all these things, all these disciplines. But whenever the first real big challenge would come, that little windstorm pushing back in the hole, and I realized, man, I'm fixing stuff on a surface level. I'm all surface, man. I'm not going deep into the cellar of my mind and fixing the foundation of my soul. My soul is broken. But I knew I could fix it, but I was afraid to go back. I was afraid to face the demons of my life, because you start lying, you want anybody knowing this about you, so you start lying about who you're not and start creating a person about who you want to be, but it's not who you are. So that's when I started realizing, man, I'm never going to get over the hurdle. I'm always live on a surface level until I go deep, deep into the sewer of my mind. Figure out and face all of these different demons. That's hard, it's hard. We all like social media. We all like everybody to see us for who we want to be. That's why we post beautiful things about us. That's not going to fix you. So I realized that, and that's when I started going back. I was about 24 years old, and I went from 175 to almost 300 pounds. And that's when I sat down on my couch and realized we got to go back. And it started with me going back to my father. So we left when I was 8 years old. We went to a small town in Brazil, Indiana. There's about 10 black families in a town of 80 to 10 people, and there was a big hub of Klansmen that lived in Center Point, Indiana, and I talked about that in the book. So the Klan marched in the 4th of July parade in 1995 in Indiana. So when you come from a messed up foundation like I did in Buffalo, New York, where my dad beat me senseless, and now I have that messed up foundation. Now I'm here being the only black person. I caught the only in my book, being the only black person. My mom's working 3 jobs. We're living in a $7 a month place. She's never at home, so it's not like I had some mentors coming in to help me. They're trying to put me in these different group places for like having some shrink talk to me, and these 8-9 kids, and one kid sitting this house on fire, another kid peed in the trash can, another kid had a helmet on banging his head up against the wall. Now I'm looking at this at 8 years old. These are the things I had to go back and relive. I'm 24 years old now, and I have to go back to all these things that no one knew about me in this group place, where I'm in this place where these people are crazy and they think I'm crazy, and I'm thinking I'm not crazy. You just don't know where I come from. I came from a place that truly damaged my mind, damaged my soul. And now I have to go back on my own to face this. So at 24 years old, I sat there a lot of time. Like one day, I woke up and said, I go face this. This haunting voice in my head kept on saying, man, we got back. The only way we can go forward is to go all the way back. And that's very scary to do for everybody, because the only way you're going to fix yourself is to go all the way back to the beginning, to your childhood, because that's where everything starts. Everybody thinks it's, my God, like my marriage is messed up. This is messed up. You have to go back to fix all your problems. It all starts from the roof, man. And you cannot fix anything by giving it multiple. You have a jacked up knee. The swelling may go down, but it's still jacked up in there. You got to get it fixed. You got to fix the knee. All those pills do so, pretty much is just let the swelling go down, and you can live a little longer. But you're not fixing the problem. The thing is the accountability mirror. You have to start with yourself. So what happened in my life was we start to get, I call it like the rucksack. A rucksack is a pack that you carry in the military, and you put all your stuff in it, your radios, your food, your water, all that stuff you have to carry the military. That's your rucksack. It's the backpack. Pretty much as you're growing up, we all have a backpack. Most of ours hopefully is empty, and what we put in it is all the crap we go through in life. That's what is in the backpack for the civilians, and we carry it around with us. So what you have to start doing is realizing that no matter where you're at in life, I got cold. A lot. My dad abused me, learning disability, stutters, immaturity, insecurity, self-doubt, so much crap on top of me, so much stuff. I lied a lot to create friends, so much stuff was in my backpack. No one's coming back to help me, so it starts with that person in that mirror. You have to realize you are on your own now, and whatever else you believe in, I don't care what you believe in, but on earth is a very lonely journey. It starts with the accountability mirror of looking at saying, hey, my dad, who beat the hell, I mean he's not coming back, all these things are coming back. I have to face myself, and you have to own all those things that people may have done to you. Now it's yours, you got to own it. It's yours now to fix the problems that people did to you. It makes no sense, it's not fair, I get it. But if you live in that what was me mentality of guess what, my dad did this to me, my mom just said to me, people who bullied did this to me, you're going to always live right there. You have to figure out ways to move forward because you're not coming back. It starts with the mirror, I call it the accountability mirror in the book, that scar in your mind you want to break. You have to break it open, let that blood flow, get lit blood flow in your brain. You have to let all that stuff flow out, all that toxic stuff that you have trapped in there has to start flowing out now. So like he said, you are doing this to yourself. Yes, people may have helped you get there, but it's now on you. It's a painful truth, like all those people in high school and everything else, they all know how you're going to end up. So you got to make sure that you constantly are rewriting your book. You have to constantly rewrite your book every day of your life. These aren't just words I say, this is how I have to live. Like these are conversations I have with myself, and I say it everywhere I go. The most important conversation, when you have yourself, you live with it every single day. But most of our conversations are not the right ones. They're not the ones that are going to push us to the place we need to go. We're the ones that are going to keep us sitting in that toxic environment that you've helped create and everybody else helped create. And you just live in it. You live in that muck. And that conversation just plays in your head that becomes you. So my first conversation when I was absolutely nobody. And that's one thing you have to say. We live in a world now that's so kind. We find a kind way around everything. Like, if you don't look good, I have to find a kind way of saying, I don't like your shirt. That's not the approach. If that's the approach you're looking for, that book is not for you. Can't hurt me, it's not for you. The approach you have to take, at least I take whatever approach you want. The conversation had to be a real honest conversation. In the accountability mirror, guess what, I was fat. Don't find a kind word to say that you know what, I've gained some weight. No, you're fat. When I couldn't read, not like, hey, you don't even learn this. No, I cannot read for 4th grade reading level. I'm struggling, and sometimes I call myself stupid, not in a way to put myself down, so don't take it like, my God, those are so horrible. Yeah, hurtful, dishonest. The conversation has to become an honest conversation with where you're at mentally. Where am I mentally? I look like, I feel like I'm not this. I'm falling behind in school. I'm lazy. My house is a mess. You have to look at what it is and call it what it is. Don't find words to make yourself feel better. So we hang around people that make us feel better, that tell us what we want to hear, not what we need to hear. And so we stay away from those people. And we stay away from those people like our internal dialogue becomes that kind, it's okay, it's not okay. So that's where it starts. It starts with that accountability of it's not okay anymore. This can no longer be okay. And calling yourself out for exactly what you are and exactly how you need to fix it. That's where it starts. Don't do everything in your life for money. Don't do everything. Yes, we need it to survive. There's a great drive and passion behind doing things for the mind and the soul. There's a great drive in there. Everyone's married you. You talk with such passion. This is a life. This is my life. So that's what I want people to get from all this stuff, man. Like there's something inside you. The brain is the most powerful thing, the mind's most powerful thing that we have. It's not your phone, it's not the computer, it's not anything, it's your mind. And if you can tap into that, you can come from the daggone roots of hell and become such a great seed, a powerful seed that can grow into some great daggone garden. And people don't get that it's all up here. The power and the magic is up here. That's very powerful. A lot of times we hear about someone else through the grapevine, and they don't, and then I won't like you because I heard from somebody else that they don't like you. Always do your own judging. Always meet the person. Look at the person in the eyes before you say you don't like that person. Listen to their story. Listen to who they are. Listen to where they come from, how they lived. Get your own opinion about people. It's very huge. A lot of people didn't like me coming up because they see this hardness, this crust. Break away at the crust and see what's inside that person. Don't judge somebody from 30 freaking years ago, or I say 30 years ago. You know, there's so much stuff going on right now in the world. People are trying to evolve. Let them evolve. Let them evolve. Don't bring them back don't bring them back where they came from. If someone wants to get better, don't bring them back to where you knew them when they were a piece of. Let them fly. And if you feel like hell because they went away and they escaped the hell that you all once lived in, fix yourself. Fix yourself. Don't hold them accountable because they got away. Don't constantly remind them that they were once here. Fix yourself, because a lot of people feel like crap once people start to leave their little nest. Like if you're an alcoholic and this guy says, I'm gonna stop drinking, you wanna bring him right back and no look at yourself in the mirror and say, wow, this guy's doing better. Take that feeling of feeling like and do something about it. Change your own life, because your mind chooses the path of least resistance. Your mind has the ultimate tactical advantage over you. It knows what scars you. It knows your fears. It knows your insecurities. And it protects you, which I talked about the 40 rule in my book. The 40 rules all about the brain has the tactical advantage over you. It knows. And it keeps you away from all that. That's why it says don't jump out of an airplane. Don't go in the ocean where there's sharks. It's a protective mechanism. Don't go back to the place where your dad beat the out of you in your mind. Don't go back. The brain protects you, but protects you so much it doesn't allow growth. So the brain is an amazing thing, but the brain controls you. You must control it. You must take power over your own mind, or your mind will guide you into all the soft lights, soft places that your brain wants to live in. So think about when I say suffering people, crunch people. That's the one word. Whenever I post about it, people cringe. It's not about suffering, how people may look and suffer. Like we have to just go to a place like just every day of your life is suffering. You have to tap into suffering every day of your life, because we have so much scarring that we have to clean up. Get to look at suffering as almost like I look at Hillary. To succeed, you must fail in failure. And in suffering, all the answers are in there. All the answers to all the test questions. The test is your life. All the answers are in there. You have to live in suffering and pain and failure. All the time you have to learn. I need to visit. Like people hate working out. You're gonna visit working out maybe an hour a day. 23 other hours of the day you're not in it. But how you become in shape is you must visit suffering. Visit working out 1 hour a day. Visit suffering 1 hour a day. Visit your past fail. Yours 1 hour a day. The relationship with it is the answers are in there. They are in there within the suffering. Go in there. And I call it the live autopsy. The live autopsy. How you find out someone died. They crack you open after you're dead. How you can live is do. While you're alive, go back in your brain, crack it open while you're alive. Don't wait until you're dead to figure out why you died. Do it while you are living. Go in there. Go into the suffering. Go into the pain of your life. And say, why does this suck for me so bad? Why am I afraid of all this stuff? Why have I shut down the whole world? I guarantee I'll tell you why you shut down the whole world. It's in these nooks of the suffering within your brain. In the scarring are all the answers to why you are on the couch feeling sorry for yourself. They lie within the scars. Visit them for at least an hour a day. Study them, and then you'll find out more about yourself. You will then grow. So don't look at us every day. I suffer. Go into it an hour a day. Learn from yourself. Learn from life. Learn from your fail. Years learn from your insecurities, learn from yourself. Doubt, don't just say, I'm afraid to jump off an airplane. What makes you afraid of it? Study it. That's why I studied my mind, why I became so powerful in the mind, because I realized I was weak. So instead of running away from the mind, I dove in to and said, what is making me weak? Oh, this makes sense. I came from hell. I came from a place that beat me down to nothing, which is why I'm afraid. All this makes sense. So systematically, one by one, I went back and met every single person in my mind. Every situation I went one with them again in my mind. They said, okay, let's now revisit this, and that's how you do it. That's how it works. People say, how do you do that? You know every painful moment, you remember it. We try to put it under a rug. Lift the rug up, you'll find them. So yeah, that's how I was ever write that book. You don't forget that you want to, and that's where you fail by trying to forget it. That's where you feel, that's where there's no growth. Let's just move forward from all this. No, you just want to forget about it. You will continue making the same mistake. You will continue doing the same things wrong if you don't go back on the other side of that extreme place that I call suffering. Call whatever you want. There's a whole other world that people have not even examined, but you have to go to that extreme place to examine it. You want to stay here in this comfortable place. Once you're going to push yourself to that extreme place, it's like a whole nother universe. It's almost like you're an astronaut and you've examined something like up in outer space. Well, it's always been there, but you have to be going through all the muck and all this to examine and realize, my God, through all this crap, there's a whole other universe over here in my mind from their universe. Because what we do so well in this world is we see superhuman people and we title them the second. We title them what that does. That gives us to get out of jail free card is that they're the 1%ers. I'm not even going to try to do that because that's not even in me. God made them special. They're special people. They're all not special people or special minds. The mind can be created on your own. You can do that yourself. So that's why I write the book like I write it, so people can look at me and say, my God, he came like this. He had to overcome all of this. So I take away all the titles, even crazy, even the fact that he's superhuman. All those titles are now stripped away. What's funny about that, you will have my book in your hand. You will read it in its entirety. You hear the audio book, whatever you get. And by time you get to chapter 9 or 10, you already forgot chapter 1, 2, and 3 of the hell I came. That's how fast the mind wants to soften you up and say, this guy's just nuts, he's superhuman. That's how fast the mind, you already forgot what you read, and you love the book, you're loving the book, and you already forgot the first 3 chapters by saying this is possible. It's already guide you down that path of least resistance as you're reading the book. It's how powerful it is. So we got to constantly remind ourselves of go back to chapter 1, 2, and 3. Always remind yourself those chapters of that. You can also do this, but you have to first examine or live autopsy your own personal life. You know everything I talked about. I was afraid of my airplanes, afraid of cold water. I should be afraid of myself. So there's so many things that can't hurt me, but the biggest thing that can hurt me is myself, is allowing my mind to get away from the reality. We build a false reality in our minds. The false reality is the one thing that can hurt you. The real reality is the one thing you can help and fix yourself. I looked at my life in a way that I was able to find so much strength in negativity. I was able to flip it upside down versus me thinking my woe is me, my life sucks. I was able to say, my God, God put me in the perfect training ground to study myself to become a straight up no scientist in my mind. You